This is iCaseNews.com, live and direct from United Nations in New York City. This is Hit in the Middle East. My guest is Yuri Berner, the former Israeli ambassador to Turkey. I'm Kezban Gebetas. Welcome, Ambassador.
It's my pleasure. Shalom.
Thank you so much joining with us, and it is very pleasure to see you here.
It is my pleasure. I definitely enjoyed my stay as ambassador to Turkey. And I'm always very, very happy to see Turkish people. It reminds me of good times, very productive, and I'm sure that our relations will be as good as the two of us.
I hope so, and I would like to start with the first question, the relationship between Turkey and Israel. According to latest news today, our President Erdogan said he was going to start negotiation in the next month between Turkey and Israel. What do you think about this Erdogan's remark?
I think it's very positive, and what he exactly said that he will not start negotiations, he'll continue negotiations which have started already, and we really have reached already an agreement regarding the problems that we had with the Marmaris in 2010, and the agreement is already there. Israel is ready to pay compensations to the 9 Turkish families which boys and girls were killed in the tragic incident.
Marmara incident, yes.
The Marmaris.
Mavi Marmara incident.
And yes, correct. And the only thing that remains open is still that Erdogan would like to have a free access to Gaza.
I see. Before this remark, I just want to ask this question. Why do you think Erdogan changed his attitude toward Israel? Because since 2011, actually the relationship between Israel and Turkey hasn't been doing very well. And why do you think Erdogan changed his attitudes toward Israel? What happened?
Because he has huge conflicts in the Middle East. First of all, he has major problems with Syria. He tried to stay out of the war, but it didn't succeed because there are problems in the border between Turkey and Syria. And he realizes that the only country he can really rely on in the area is Israel. He also very badly needs the United States. That's why he's here. And the United States is very supportive of Israel. He also understands that if he wants to stay with the perspective of being democratic, there are only 2 democracies in the area. And he understands also that Israel has very good relations with Egypt, with Jordan, with Morocco, and now even improving relations with Saudi Arabia. So he understand that in order to be part of the whole process, he better amend relations with Israel. And especially, he's saying it now in America because he wants the support for the Jewish community.
Yes, he also met some of the Jewish leaders in the Washington.
Correct. And because he needs it. And he knows that the way to get the Jewish leaders is through Israel. They are our brothers, and they are our major allies. So between the Jewish community, United States, relation between Israel and Egypt, Jordan, even Saudi Arabia today, because the major problem is Iran. And everybody is very worried about Iran, even today.
Yeah, I'm also going to ask question about Iran.
Yeah, okay.
But before speaking about Iran, I just want to continue about negotiation.
Yeah, okay.
Are you hopeful about the negotiation between Turkey and Israel that Erdogan said is going to continue again?
Absolutely. We have already an agreement. there is only one problem regarding the Gaza Strip and ships going to Gaza, Turkish one. We will solve it. I'm sure we'll find a way to solve it. And I want to mention Israel is sending to Gaza every day 800 trucks of food. So they will have food. Because if the problem is Gaza is not going to be resolved, it's going to affect everybody, including Israel. Yes, so I'm very hopeful. I'm sure we'll reach a total agreement because we have everything already in place.
I see. And you said Turkey doesn't need to bring food for Palestinian people, and you already give them supply and food.
Absolutely. 800 trucks from Israel full with food is going to the Gaza all the time. The problem with Gaza is not a matter of food. The problem with Gaza is a matter of work, unemployment, and very major problems socially and economically.
But Erdogan also has several times criticized the Israel policy toward Palestinians. And what do you think about this? I mean, is problem just about supplying some food, or it's more than this?
I think it's more. I think he sees himself as a supporter of the Palestinians in negotiations with Israel. He would have liked to be in a position to mediate between Israel and the Palestinians, but the only one who can mediate in a meaningful way is the United States, for obvious reasons. So I think there is more to it, but he understands now that all the roads lead to Rome, which means all the roads lead to amicable relation with Israel, and then Turkey can be helpful in reaching an agreement with the Palestinians if there is an understanding between Israel and Turkey like we always used to have, and not problems.
You also said very important things about Erdogan's policy. You said Turkey became alone, and that's why Erdogan changed his attitude toward Israel and start to continue negotiation again. Could you please open and just speak about this a little bit more?
Yeah, because he has problems now with Russia. Since Turkey downed one of the aeroplanes a few months ago, he doesn't have good relations with the Arab world. It's okay, but no, who knows what. You have to understand, when I was ambassador to Turkey, I'll never forget that a Turkish ambassador told me about the difficulties between Turkey and the Arab world, especially since Lawrence of Arabia in 1923. The Arab world sees Turkey, the Ottoman Empire before Turkey, as the reason of the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. They will never forget it and will never forgive it. So he feels that he is more alone, especially now that he has major problems with Russia, that there are problems with Syria, war really, and he sees that Egypt, Jordan, even the Saudis are with Israel. He sees that even in Yemen, in the war, the Saudis are in one way and he is in the other way. So he felt more alone and he decided, well, let's have good relation with Israel, which in any case we used to have. And I want to mention that the trade between Israel and Turkey continued. It's close to $6 billion. Turkey export to Israel food, steel and fashions. Israel export to Turkey high-tech, aluminum, also fashions. And there is complete cooperation between the
Also
two
in
countries.
tourism, we have
Tourism, yes, tourism. I was going to mention. Thank you for mentioning. Tourism was a main industry of cooperation between Turkey and Israel. For many years, there used to be every year 500,000 Israelis going to Turkey. We were number 2 after Germany in the numbers. Then when the relation deteriorated, it went from 500,000 to 0. Now it's up to 100,000 because Israelis like to go to Turkey. When I was there in southern Turkey, they spoke with me in Hebrew. The Turkish landlords of hotels, they knew it. And this was coming up again, and it's a major income for Turkey. So you take all this political US, the Arab world, the economy, this explains it. But I want to make another point economically. Sure. Erdogan raised the GNP level per capita in Turkey from 2002 to now, from $2,000 per person to $10,000. That's a lot of difference. And this made the situation economically in Turkey much better of the individuals. And they really, in this respect, support him. And he would like to have investments. And we have lots of Israeli companies who in years invested in Turkey and will continue to do. So you take it all together, this explains why he was alone, and now he wants more and more relations with Israel.
I see. How about the cooperation between military forces?
It's a very good question. They used to be very close. Israel helped to build the Air Force of Turkey. We helped with tanks in every way. And then at a certain point, Turkey did not need us as much, but the cooperation continued. Now, there are a lot of sophisticated weapons, like the Iron Dome, like a special shield for tanks, that can help Turkey a great deal, and therefore the military cooperation continues. Not the way it was. It used to be that the Israeli Air Force used to train in the skies of Turkey, because Israel is a small country with no place to train for the Air Force. This is not the case now, but relations between the defense forces are very good.
And I have another question. What does role Turkey and Israel have in the Middle East, you think? What is the negotiation between Turkey and Syria? It is so important.
Because Turkey and Israel are the two strongest countries in the Middle East. Turkey has a very good army. We have a very good army. Turkey is involved with Syria, and they want a strong cooperation with Israel should there be any problems. Israel so far managed not to be involved in the war with Syria, mainly also because of Russia. It looks odd, but there was an agreement between Netanyahu, our prime minister, and Putin when he visited Moscow, that we will stay out and the Russians are not going to disturb us. So the Russians are heavily involved with Syria. Syria apparently will turn into a federation. It will not be any more a united country. And accordingly, we in Turkey, we are both the two